the more I do shows, the more comfortable I get, the less stressed I get before shows. I know, and I feel bad because yesterday I was like, oh, I've been so good at doing shows recently. I never get stressed anymore. And then I had like
I know.
a meltdown.
Like, what is wrong? I was freaking out. But you said.
I know, but I think it's because I'm just like out of rhythm. So I always say this, I'm like, I have to prioritize going to an open mic when I'm here. But I feel like this trip was especially hard because I really wanted to just maximize Holly time and doing all those things, which I have no regrets about it because, you know, it was everything was worth it.
Everything was worth it.
But I promise I'm less stressed.
Hello, Juli.
Hello.
We're in the room together.
In the room.
We can touch each other. This is so fun.
It's our last.
I like when we record together in the same room.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah. And we don't know what order they're going to go in. So we don't know if
knows?
it's first or last time together. But for us physically, it's our
the last time.
Last time.
I'm flying home today and you're flying to Greece tomorrow.
Yeah. Exciting.
So the next time we pod.
And we're both packed. Shocker.
Both packed.
Shocker. I packed in about a half an hour for Greece. If anybody knew. If my mother knew that I didn't take 2 weeks to figure out what I'm bringing.
Insane. And I just packed.
It's all up here. And then it's just happened in half an hour this morning.
Amazing.
Feels
That's
good.
the best way to pack sometimes.
It is.
Because now you have the rest of the day. You have the rest of the day
it's the stuff I wear every day. So what am I rethinking it for? And then I just had a couple of things I purchased for like travel wear. So I had those already. I'm so fancy.
So fancy.
A linen dress, and a linen jacket.
Yeah.
And otherwise it's the stuff I wear every day. So we're not going to see anything exciting in my videos. It's going to be just me placed in a different
wardrobe.
country. In a different country.
Amazing. Oh, I'm
Maybe
excited.
I'll buy some things.
You should.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Go shopping.
That'll be good. So, okay, let's have a little debrief.
We have an express episode today because
we have to get to
we have lots of
appointments
things
before we head out. But this is good because we spent time together for a week.
Yes.
Doing Holly things, having fun times, Catskill things, fall things, really
pumpkin
fun.
Photo shoot,
things.
all the things.
So good. And then we finished it off. The coup de grazie was you performing in the Lower East Side at a comedy venue.
Amazing.
It was really nice.
What did you think?
It was a good ending.
We haven't talked about it.
We haven't. And it was hard because we went to breakfast.
We went to breakfast and I just wanted to talk about it. And we couldn't talk about it because we're like, let's save it for the pod. So now we're talking about it.
Yes. Okay.
All right. What are
now, so can I ask you how you felt first?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just give a little background. You were definitely stressing before.
I was.
Because it's different when you have family and people coming to a show versus just random strangers.
Yeah.
Which is very similar to social media when people do TikTok versus Instagram. TikTok's like to strangers, Instagram is to your family. So you rethink things. So same kind of thing for her.
Same
she
concept.
was performing for
family and
friends as well as strangers in a new place that she'd never been before. And there was stress, and I was surprised because I felt like you've been so comfortable performing. So what do you attribute the stress to, particularly yesterday?
I feel like it was because when I'm performing in LA, I'm doing open mics like multiple times a week. Mm-hmm. So I'm like in the zone and I'm doing it like maybe not every day, but every other day. Right. I'm going to a mic and I'm on stage and I'm performing. So I feel comfortable. And I didn't do any of that this week because I was very invested in having Holly time.
Right.
And so
it was all Holly all the day,
which was
all day long.
So worth it. And so now that then I got to like 2 hours worth of the show and I was like panicking because I was like, oh my God, like I can't believe I haven't done anything comedy in the last week and a half. I can't believe I'm going on stage.
Right.
And I was like trying to run my set in my head and I was just like kept losing my train of thought and like I couldn't even like run my set in my head. I was so anxious.
Oh, that's terrible.
And so at one point I just put the weighted blanket right out. I folded it in like quarters so it was extra heavy and I just like put it on my chest.
The best feeling.
And so that was good.
I'm a fan of the weighted blanket in life in general. Now that I use one, I think it's so helpful. And then I came in there and I was like, okay, baby girl.
Yeah, we were joking because we were rubbing. Helen came in and I was laying on the bed with the thing,
and
like
the
mummy pose. And she started rubbing my belly like how she had been doing to Holly all week. And I was like, you're treating me like Holly.
That's
you're treating me like a baby.
That's right.
But
because you are my baby. You are my baby. I know.
And then what I did afterwards to kind of get out of my head was I plugged in, I like put music on and I just danced in the bathroom in the bedroom while I got ready.
I'm tapping on the door because I wanted to tell you something. And I go in because I'm like, I should film your stress out because that should be part of the vlog. So I was like, tap, tap, tap. And I go in, I see her dancing. So I shut the door. I'm like, let me leave her alone. She's in her space. I thought you were performing. I didn't know I thought you were performing in your head dramatically. I didn't know you were in
I was like,
it was so quick. I peeked and I went, oh no.
I was just trying to like get out of my body, out of my head and into my body.
So that's the pre. So then we get in a cab, we go down there. And it's a loud and a noisy bar.
Loud,
and
noisy
this
bar.
room is in the back of the bar. Way in the back, there's like a private room.
And it is small.
Very small.
Very small.
Like 20 chairs maybe.
20 chairs.
Tiny. And it's
a
like
few
short
couches.
Yeah.
It's a very like wide room where you're performing left like that way
that was
versus
kind of interesting.
deep out.
Right. It wasn't deep. It was narrow and wide.
And
there was
Steve and I have talked about it, and because we've heard on podcasts that like the difference between New York and LA comics is that New York comics are very like they stand, they just talk, that's it, and LA comics are very animated and physical, and it's because in New York
there's less space.
There's literally less space because everywhere is so small. And in LA, there's bigger space. It's so spread out. Places are bigger. But there's more stage. Like the stage is physically bigger. And there was a point last night in my set where I was like going to start like walking. And I was like, I have nowhere to walk.
Oh, wow.
And not that I am the most physical.
No, you are somewhat.
But like it does help to move around and kind of like, and also the fact that the room was so small and you guys were just sitting in the front row, and it was like I could touch everybody.
So there was 2 rows basically, and then also the way it's skewed was we were on the left side of the room, let's say from the person performing, and then there was younger people on the right side. So it was clearly like somewhat of like the older people are on the left side because me, Dad, Bill, Carmen, Aunt Catherine. So it was all us older folks. And then on the other side, there was a bunch of young people. And so there were some jokes that went flying about like the left side of the room versus the right side of the room with a lot of the comics, which I thought was interesting.
Helen does not like to be called old.
I don't like when it's like, oh, this side of the room, the old people on this side. I don't like that. Like,
yeah.
And then so let's cut to now. We get there where the show starts. The first guy, he was funny. Like the host was pretty funny. Do you know any of these comics?
I don't know any of these people.
None of them.
I know of one girl who's on the lineup because we were on a show together 2 weeks ago. The Australian. We were on a show together 2 weeks ago in LA.
She was funny.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't know any of the comics. I didn't know what the vibe was. I purposely didn't want to do like a bringer show because then the lineups end up getting really long.
Right.
And like very dragged out, and necessarily not everyone is as good. I think some of these smaller shows, they're more run by comics, so sometimes the comedians are a little bit better.
They're more picky. Had to be more picky because no bad comics came on that stage.
Which was so nice. Like nice. It was like so refreshing to be on a show. Like some of them were like iffy, but like for the most part, they were all really good.
I have to say that of all the shows I've been to of yours, this one felt like every comic was on equal playing field. They were all, they all had something different for the audience, but they all kind of accommodated to the audience.
It was really diverse lineup. Really good. Which was like nice. So
this was the best one in terms of the lineup. I also think the length of the show was great because sometimes they go on too long. This was perfect. It wasn't too long.
It was like 8 comics.
And one to the next was fun. It was also a nice balance of men and women, which I think was super helpful. So all of those things were great. Now we'll talk about your performance. And then I want to just go into like what the overall of the whole night. Okay. So your performance, you get up there.
Yeah.
But now, would you want me to give you like, what would you like me to say now?
Anything.
Like, how did you feel once you got up there?
I felt okay.
Okay.
I honestly didn't feel great the whole time. Like I felt like I was kind of on autopilot.
Oh gosh. So take on it from the audience side. And Catherine especially has not seen you, and Bill and Carmen have not seen you perform
like a year and a half.
In a year and a half. And they were like, oh my God, she's so much more confident, sure of herself, natural, relaxed. So whatever it is that you're feeling, it is not coming across.
It doesn't come, because I was talking to Hannah afterwards too. And I was like, I did not enjoy that. Like I was like really stressed in my head the whole time.
It was funny. You were relaxed. And I know there's some jokes that you get worried about, like, because we know that Tom doesn't like to be in the, call out. So she has a section where she calls him out. And then and I think he embraced that well. And you played that well, like coming up to him and being like, see, don't we look alike? And I thought that was really good. Like the physical part of it.
Yeah.
And then, of course I love to be a part of it.
I know you do. You love it.
And then, okay. So and then first, I want to just critique this. So what you were a little hesitant to do, because this is part of the set, the 9/11, where there's like a little 9/11 thing because of Jonathan's obsession with 9/11 and overall tragedies and how he likes disaster movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but the way you introduced it, I don't know, you jumped in so much sooner to saying the words 9/11. I was like, whoa, it even hit me like a truck because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And the audience was like quiet.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh God, this is what she was worried about, that doing that type of comedy here in New York, being closer to the venue of 9/11 in itself was going to be stressful. So that was great how you recovered, because you kind of, as soon as you had the reaction, you went into a thing that
I went, don't pull away. Like, it's okay. I was
yeah,
like,
it's
don't
okay.
panic.
Don't panic.
Like, it's not bad.
Don't panic. That's what you said. It was helpful because I think
people like think it, and that's why I say like the whole joke is that he's into it because he's autistic and he takes things literally, and they told him to never forget. So that's the joke.
Yeah,
I think ends
cute.
up wrapping it of like why it's not a bad thing.
Yes, but it was well received, and it was. I think the people in the audience were able to relate to it, and I think that you've said that happens before.
Yeah,
on your
I get a lot
show.
of people who come up afterwards and be like, "I have an autistic sibling," and they
have
they're this is their obsession, and they tell me about it. So
yeah,
really
it's kind
nice.
of open. It's a conversation starter, which is really nice.
But yeah, what else did you think
and then,
about the set? I did the influencer mom jokes. Always
you.
a hit because you love to be
But
shouted out.
And no matter what you say, it's always people. Cause somebody went up to Aunt Catherine after and said, "Does she really have 1 million followers?"
Yeah,
like they don't believe.
They don't believe you. I know. That's why I'm
like,
like, guys, you're not processing this. 1 million people.
So that was funny. I like the way you did that. Yeah, it was good.
What did you think on the audio? Like I don't know. What else did you think of?
I think that.
Was there any part where you
No, I loved. Oh my gosh, when you went into the part at the end with Grandma, I thought that was funny because I never heard you.
Oh yeah,
say
those
that.
are all very new.
When
I
you
had
got
like
into-
extra. I got
there was-
through some of my stuff quickly.
That you've been practicing.
I forgot some things. Like I forgot a whole section of the 9/11 bit that I'm mad about.
Oh,
And I didn't realize that till afterwards.
Oh.
That's what happens when I'm like not fully like there. Is I'll miss a whole chunk of a bit because I'm like just kind of focused on getting out essentially. And I had time, so I was like, I might as well. I was nervous about ripping that material in front
because
of
it's new. I've never heard
It's
that.
new. It's about being in an Italian family and how things are. It's like tough love.
But I liked how you did. You changed, Grandma to you made
Nana.
it work. Yeah, you made it work
very
for
Italian.
the Italian, which I thought that was funny.
I thought so
It
too.
was a surprise.
You're surprised. What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I think it's going to be funny because, of course, she asked me this morning, "Did you record it?" And I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, you're featured." So we'll see what she has to say about it.
I like how you like being featured. I don't know if anyone else does.
I like it. I always like it. I don't care if you roast me hard. It doesn't bother me in the least. I like to laugh along with it. Yeah, it's fun, and it's also like when the people were making fun of us for being old. It's funny because that's the reality. Like young people see people of our age and think old.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. It's not like we're not old because we are older than them.
Yeah,
this is reality. Just a little note about the rest of the comics. So we said this already. They were all very even and funny and different, and nobody was like so raunchy and embarrassing. So it wasn't like one extreme type of comic to the other. That's what I really liked. Like
I know
even
it wasn't really even super raunchy.
Yeah,
which
it
was
wasn't.
nice.
And even some of the things that were like whatever,
they were funny and
they were
weren't
funny and more lighthearted
tasteful and like not kind of like it wasn't any like cringe or shock comedy.
Yes.
It was very much like
very
everyone.
nice. And I like that. And so and it doesn't have to be clean. Like one of them was like, "Oh, we'll make this more PG for the parents," or something like that. I'm like, dude, we've been around longer than you here in the, that was weird. But, I thought that was funny. So I like the fact that it was very kind of even keeled, and I really did. So now, do you have any questions for me?
What's like the biggest difference you've seen in seeing me perform from like the first few times to now?
Okay. My first take on last night versus the last few times that I've seen you is that I like more of the physical comedy. So I liked when you walked over to Dad and when you did the thing. So I think LA is good for you because it's going to give you that space. Because I think that's because when you do the things and you talk about like, I'm a cornfed girl from the Midwest and you like lean into those things, I felt like you had to be more still.
Yeah.
And I noticed it until you said it. I didn't process it or realize it. But when you just said it now, I'm like, right, that's what I missed from last night personally. But what I saw from last night compared to other times is a level of confidence that I could feel when you were like, oh, what am I doing next? I could almost sense it because I know you, but you knew where you were going. You suddenly pulled it back. Yeah. Like, all right.
Yeah, there were times when I didn't know because I got lost in like a riff.
Yeah. And then I'm like, she doesn't know what's next.
That's when I'm in the open mic scene, I can just lock back in really quickly. And when I'm doing it, but when I haven't open mic'd,
you haven't practiced
and I haven't practiced in front of a crowd, that's when it's harder.
Yes.
But I'm able to lock in. Like the muscle memory kicks in, which is really nice.
That's what I would say was like most impressive to me. Because I saw the moment where I'm like, she doesn't know what's next. Like I saw it because I know you. I know you, just like you know me and you're like, what's wrong when I'm staring or I'm in a zone and you go, what's wrong? It's okay, Helen. And you do that.
Yeah.
I know you like that. So I saw it and I was like, is she okay? And I'm like breathing through it for you. And then all of a sudden she's like, okay, she's in the next thing. Like she came back. But I see when other comics do it too. But I think when they do it, it has to be more noticeable for me to notice it.
Yeah.
Like one guy did it and he was like, num, num. And he actually was like thinking.
Yeah.
And I thought he's
You know, when I'm like, a lot of the comics did last night, that's like one of my pet peeves.
What?
When they go, I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with this.
Oh.
I hate when comics do that because I'm just like, you're almost taking yourself out of a comedy show performance and you're like, I'll leave you with this last bit. It's like, it's just an announcement of like, this is my final bit.
Oh yeah. Why
and I don't like that because then it like takes it out of like the moment of you telling the story or like you're just doing your thing. But when you say, I'll leave you with this, I'm like, we didn't need a preamble to your last bit. Just go right into it.
Oh, and a few of them did that.
A lot of them did that.
Oh, I'm going to be noticing that now.
You will, because I don't like it. And it's more of a thing that happens like in clubs and smaller shows. It doesn't really happen like in Netflix specials because no one's like, I'll leave you with this after like,
no,
but it's, I don't like it.
Why
or
are
like,
they doing that?
Or when people do like, oh, I'm going to try this bit or that was a new one. Like I hate when people,
oh, I know. Why did
I'm
they
like, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, I guess the new stuff didn't work or something. Like one of them said that. Like,
I know. Like whatever.
Don't tell us.
Just admit that. That's like admitting.
Just carry on.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we have similar pet peeves.
Yeah,
I thought that the wrap up to the show when we were outside after, like just to go into that a little bit, it was really fun because I forgot that Ben Hawes was coming. Hi Ben, I forgot that he was coming, and then I didn't see him because we were sitting on the other side. And at the end, I was like, oh my god, he's here! I completely forgot that he was going to be here. So it was really nice to catch up with him, and because he's also a fellow comedian, does musical comedy, and I get a kick out of chatting with him, and he's just been. I was on his podcast twice, so I'm well versed with him and I haven't seen him in a while. So that was fun. I got to do a little catching up. And I think that seeing everybody after and seeing their reaction to your comedy, like when Catherine said how much you've changed and when Carmen was like, wow, the confidence level is so different.
Yeah.
That was, I liked hearing that because I feel like I'm more in it with you day to day.
Yeah. And Hannah said the same thing too. She was like, because I got off, she was like sitting next to where I was. So I came off, I was like, oh my God, that did not feel good. She's like, that was insane. That was really good. And I was like, just like and Steve and I have talked about, after a show, I need to separate and work on kind of, not like separate, but like how I'll come out of a show and be like, that was awful. But like, he's like, but did it go well? Like, did the audience? I'm like, yes, the audience laughed, but like internally, I did not feel well. Externally, received really well. And I always have one of those moments when I've had a break from comedy of where like externally everything was received well, but internally I felt like I was on like thin ice the whole time.
Okay, well, it didn't.
I know, but then that just
didn't even seem like it at all.
That helps me realize that like what I'm doing and the effort that I'm putting in and like is actually working. That even though I had a show where I don't feel 100% inside, still came across as I was giving like 100% on the outside.
Working. I love it. And you have a big month coming up now because I saw your
6 more shows.
I saw your little pumpkin picture with all of the shows. June. How many shows?
I have
8?
7.
7. I thought it was 8. It was so many, which is going to be great for you. So you're going to be in the zone. You'll be,
and then it makes it easier to do shows
try new things too.
Because the more I do shows, the more comfortable I get. The less stressed I get before shows. I know, and I feel bad because yesterday I was like, oh, I've been so good at doing shows recently. I never get stressed anymore. And then I had like a meltdown.
Like, what is wrong? I was freaking But you said.
I know, but I think it's because I'm just like out of rhythm. So I always say this, I'm like, I have to prioritize going to an open mic when I'm here. But I feel like this trip was especially hard because I really wanted to just maximize Holly time and doing all those things, which I have no regrets about it because, it was so, everything was worth it.
Everything was worth it.
But it is, I promise I'm less stressed.
Okay.
It's just.
Yeah. I felt like you were less stressed. I just saw the stress ahead because I was here.
Yeah.
If I didn't know, I wouldn't know.
I know. And well, now you'll be potentially coming to LA and I have already a show booked and I might run a show because I'm like, well, if you're going to be there, sell some tickets, Helen.
Yeah, that's right. Let's do it.
Helen's doing the Gen Z.
My new thing is
Gen Z nail
like this.
clap.
Why? I don't know why. I don't even have nails to clap.
I gotta tell Gloria that you're doing this. She does that all the time.
Oh, really?
Like she goes, because she has long nails.
Hi, Gloria. I gotta add some press on like the claws.
Yeah,
and give
literally.
it the click. Okay.
But this
on
was
that
fun.
note, I'll skip that. This was fun. I'm glad you were here. I'm going to miss you, and I'll see you in a month.
I know.
So peace out for now. We'll be back. We'll be back in a week, and we'll have more things to talk about because we'll be remote again. Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo. But we'll have had 3 weeks in between this chunk of pods. So we'll have lots to talk about. We'll have to do a big Grease debrief.
Okay.
It is fun not talking about the thing and then talking about it on the podcast, which is, I feel like, hard, but
it's hard.
We might have to do that for Grease. Yeah, it was like, what the fuck did we talk about? Like,
we found things to talk about.
We did, but it was just like we were staring at one point. I was like, I want to talk about last night, but I can't because we're saving it for the podcast.
That was funny.
So we're giving you the exclusive look. Exclusive insider
so
look.
Especially when she came home last night.
I came home. I was like, let's chat. And I was like, nope.
Nope.
It was weird.
Yeah,
but it'll
good.
be easier once her remote to do that. It's harder in person to not talk about something.
Yeah, because I'm seeing you in the room. All right. Well, this was fun. Have a nice flight.
Have a nice trip to Greece.
Off. So yours truly,
Helen and Juli.
Woo, thanks for being with us. And I'll see you next time.
All righty. Bye.